Hello and welcome. Right, well, what did we do in this session? Well, we have been very busy. We didn't fertilise our fields. Yeah, we could do the third tractor just for that alone, really. Yes, yeah, because I've like missed a trick, haven't I? So now it's its first growth stage. Can you still fertilise? I know you get 50% because you've cut the grass technically, but that's still not good. We ought to, before it grows again, this coming session, we want to like get it fertilised. So, what did we do? Well, we cut the grass on this field, or we cut the grass on these fields. We bought field 99. We put a production, and I've renamed it the grass silo and we put it on like pushing. But the weird thing is, it's also pushed, the self-sufficiency has pushed stuff to that silo, even though it wasn't calling for it. So that's a bit odd, and that's down to a Giants thing, because you don't really control productions in that way. The game does. So for some reason it thought it was a clever idea to push things to that, even though it wasn't calling for it. So we've corrected that and told this to also push, and the only thing that should be calling for it is the mini biogas plant. It should work when everything settles down. So we've got a production silo over here to manage this set, and we have got a production silo which we're calling the grass silo, even though it does more than that. So we bought field 99, and then the last thing I bought, being as we've got a little bit of cash, more than I thought, we bought that one. So we're really doing very well on fields. We're still at 161,000. We have our bionic. We were just looking at the cost of like this. It's on yellow at the minute, but there's going to be like 100 odd grand's worth of kits to sell soon. We've got 41, 64. 74, 78,000 worth of goods that we've got, and I think the Bionic Dairy's still got a bit of milk in it. A little, yeah, 4,400 litres. We only produce 950 odd a day, so really that's what I think we've got in it presently. Yeah, we have. So it's a slow, but what I mean is this is now building up to quite a goodly amount. So over the year this will produce quite a bit of like cash. So that is really about it. Oh no, we didn't. No, we did more than that. We've been tweaking things a little, because this was another one of those maps where you really have got a very constrained entrance, and also we were going around the back, which meant we were like trying to pass all those trees on each side, like boulevard of trees, and it was awkward. So I sold the shed at the back. I did a similar thing on one of the other maps where it was like the back entrance, and we've made a proper little road that leads out of here, and we've replaced that shed with another shed which fits almost perfectly here, and we can still get past the little island. It was important to me that we didn't block that way, so we have replaced it with this, and it's a very nice shed. It only dropped yesterday, so amazing. We had to like tidy this area up a bit as well. What else did we do? I think that was about it. Yeah, I've altered this as well. This is now much more stable, and it really is an awful lot more stable. It's very much more wider. Also, you can see the axles are very much more wide. It really is very sturdy now. It doesn't wobble all over the place, but it's wider than it is tall. So it's still as big as it was before, but it's like now not as tall. So it should get. I'm not sure whether it will get through these. I mean, the real thing is, obviously, with anything like this, is how useful is it in the world of Farming Simulator? So I've got to make sure that its width is not too silly, and it's going to get clanging on every gate post or every thing like this that you go through. It needs to be practical, so I need to test that going forwards. But the other thing is, I tweaked this before we came in, and I've broken it. Yeah, it's no longer working. Its wheels have disappeared, so I'm going to have to fix this after the session. I have no idea why they disappeared, because the last thing I did on it was actually fix the wheels, because they shouldn't have worked, but they did, and now I fixed them. They don't. So actually, my fixing's broken it. So I need to go out and do that and fix the wheels, and yeah, hopefully that'll be that. So yeah, that's really all we've done. So it's an interesting session. I like the way we used the kit that we'd got, and that was interesting enough. There's a few observations I made that are probably interesting for those who wish to use equipment in a bit of a different way. This is a bit of a dark horse, and really, if tweaked a little tiny bit more, will make a very, very good baler. Wink, wink. I mean, yeah, well, I mean, it's fulfilling that function. It's a real good mover of things, and if that modder doesn't, I'm gonna like put sides on it that make the hopper much bigger. Yeah, which means I've got to completely rip this to pieces, and because it's obviously not got sides like that at present, and also would mean if you've got because the top one can't have sides though. It'd only be the bottom one, because obviously the bottom one comes out of the top one, and that can't have sides. But this bottom section, you could put sides on that quite easily, and I'll do that, which would then mean that you'll get depth, which means if you're holding 10 tons between the two belts, you'd probably be able to hold about 30, which is an awful lot. It's almost a trailer at that point, and to be honest, I like my thinking, and I like the other modder may well go a similar route, but if not, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to like remodel it in not the original Quantum, and then I'm going to do the same as this model, because I like what they've done. I just wish to extend it a little bit, and that's if they do. If they do, then I'm happy with them cracking on with it, to be honest. You see that the manure is going up. And this is what we got at the beginning of the game. It says we've got 73,000 litres of manure, but it's just not escaping. Now, this is what we had before. Oh, it is now, actually. But it's only reading 10,000. Yeah, and this is saying you've got 73,000 litres. Now, I believe this, because that's about right. I don't believe this. That's wrong, but yeah, it's almost like they're not talking to each other right. That's what I sort of think. Anyway, yes, I don't want to like waffle for it. That's all that remains to be said. Is I hope you enjoy the rest of the session. I don't think we'd get another harvester through here. It seems to have been thought out fairly well. There's not much room for anything with bigger wheels, and this is not the biggest, really. I'm not unhappy. It's not like a massive map, as in like it's not got monstrous feet. Not that they're small either, but yeah, I'm back. Oh, that's right. I did actually stick it on me. I wasn't sure if I couldn't see the grass is that long. Can't believe we're in June. Crazy. Really is. Right. Oh, I was going to reset the... Oh, I've gone and defeated myself now. I was going to go reset the... I'm being honest. It was all right. 5975. Oh, we're all right, aren't we? Really? Now then, is my tanker with me? Yes, it is. Now I've been rejigging this. I'm hoping that I've copied it across from my test mods to this. It's got a much broader axle, and it's not as high. It's wider, but that in itself might produce. But you can see the drawbars really. Its stability sensor should be much better than it was last time we saw it. I've also been working on the flatbed that you saw. It should really be absolutely solid as a rock. Well, when I say that, it should be in comparison to the design that it was before. We do indeed. God, that is a crack in the mouth. It really is. Right, so then, that does look a lot better. Although obviously some of it was down to the fact that now yeah, it's strange for some reason it's right over here. The yeah. Really don't know what that's about. I will check it. I mean, the other thing is, I'm not 100% sure where the I remember in FS25 your like the fill node is at different places on different trailers. There were certain ones that were like at the front, certain ones that were at the back. So I'm not sure what this is. Did I increase? No. I need to make the drawbar, the support a little bit longer for it. It's not terrible, but what I mean is it's yeah, it would be a bit better if it was a little higher. So we've done the foods. We've got the big. Well, it doesn't really matter really. Oh yeah, I'm being silly about the... no, it's more grass than anything, so we do... And this is the very one that we need to set going, really. It's a shame I'm enjoying my time on the map though, and yeah, I was like thinking, was I being a bit harsh on the map maker? I thought, no, not really. No, I mean, I'm not trying to be ultra critical either. It's a beautiful map. It really is. I was just being honest that I did find that hard to believe that. Oh, I keep forgetting about that collision. It's very rare a map maker gives you a tractor, a single tractor, where that's all you've got, and then you drag in your backside around because you can't actually do the equipment that you've been given. And this is one of the smallest mower sets you could possibly have. Really, it's we're not capable with our original tractor of actually using it. So I don't think I'm being horrible with that. If you were given a tractor, you'd expect that you could actually use that. I'm really wanting to actually get out on the left hand side as well. You know, there's having like a split farm, but we'll stick to this. I've seen another map maker do this, where you're supposed to go out of one entrance. That's a wide. It really is. That is a wide. I mean, it is true that Congskildy was only 0.1. Well, actually, I never thought about that. The Congskildy probably wouldn't have. Right, I think it's about time we course played this now. And then we'll grab the other tractor to take that out the road. So let's. Oh, I keep forgetting. It's amazing how habit is like. It's a habit. I mean, it really is. Sort of like, right, is this field 86? I think it is. Although it's 86 and 85, so I think we're going to change this. Yeah, we're going to call this create new folder. I always used to do this before 85, 86, and that way we know it's the combined one rather than... right, so, yeah, and it does know it's that as well. So it's got the field position. We want to field, so it's 3 headlands. Now then, this might have an offset. I want to see what this does. Yeah, because it's not 6.7. No, that's probably about right. And it might already work this out. I'd like to see it. Has it got an offset on? No, right, okay, let's try that. It's got no round corners. We shall see whether that works well or whether we're leaving lines. I always find if you're doing the round and the rounds, that's always right. It's what I have done to combat this before, because I'm not very good at working out the offset, is I've just gone round and around and around and around and around, and around right to the middle, and then it does away with this. It's only when you're ups and you're downs that the offset goes all weird. So let's save that. So it's 6.7 meters. It's not terrible. Not really. I'm thinking about other mowers I've had. It's not much different to the Batwing. I do like the new Batwing that we've got. Yeah, I'm hoping that actually Mod can do theirs. Right, so let's let you go and let's grab the other one. And let's shift that header out of the way before you clock us. We need to grab you. I've not even set you going. I'm not even like started its engine or anything. But say it's not really much point in grabbing that down at the... Yeah, and it's also, the other thing I've got to say is actually it's giants that have broken manure again. So I'm glad I've actually set my manure. I might alter the amount again that I did it once before, because I, you know, like at the beginning of the game I created so that I can like do lots of... Okay, so I've sunk it into the ground somehow. Right, okay, in that case, what we're going to have to do is quickly, because I think that's typical. Field 94's not got anything in, so let's just reset the 2. It should fix it. Should. Oh, okay. It's not. It's like disappeared. Oh, hang on, are we attached to it? It is, it'll be yours. I keep forgetting, if you're attached to it, you don't see the trailer. I didn't expect to have sunk in the ground. Did I? Oh, you know, seriously. That's, yeah, it's any trouble in it when you like do a... I didn't think I'd lowered the position of it actually, but obviously I did. My wheels have gone wrong. I made a major change with the wheels. I did. Actually, it's really weird. My wheels were named wrongly. Yeah, like it said left wheel and right wheel. Now, on a very early model it was, but then I changed the wheels ages ago. But we can now see that unfortunately the wheels have totally disappeared. So that is not... Yeah, so I've broken it for this session, definitely. Yeah, it's not got any wheels at all. They've disappeared. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's not try and argue with that. Yeah, well, so we're going to have to sort of leave this header on the side of the field because we haven't got any means of like transporting anything, which is typical. Okay, oh, that's a point. I just want to check me. Yeah, we want to stick the seat all the way around like that. Is it? No, it's coming. It's just at the bottom of the field. So we stick that there. We're not really in the way. We'll still pass by. Let's also get rid of that. That's it. So that's back, and then stick this back in the yard. Our crops are growing. We've got the other grass field to do as well. And it's just little old us, really. Yeah, so this one's just dragging into the yard, and then next session, hopefully, its wheels will reappear. Yeah, it's typical. Yeah. So I wonder if it can be dragged at all without wheels. It's sort of got has got draggy stumps. I can't believe that though. I did rename it. Am I missing something? Here's the wheels that are missing though. It's actually dragging fairly well. Yeah, well, one thing I can still do is just test these new straps. But before I do that, I'm going to like switch this on, make sure there's no validate AI agent attachments expected. Voids type, class type, scripting. Let's think, what is it? What are you moaning about? AV vehicle lure 280. Wrong type expected. Int actual nil. Script error link. Order cache. Base scripting lure X. I don't think that's me actually. But let's just save the game in case. In case it is me and I do my straps. Straps can be catastrophic. Yeah, and I've just added these two. I'm not sure if it doesn't seem to be reading them. Yeah, it's not showing them as actually... No, it's not actually, that's true. Oh, it's still got a bit of a... Yeah, it's... I think when there's an error on things, I've worked this out before, it doesn't actually work properly either. So let's just drag this out of the way for this session. Just hope we don't need anything from down the shop. Yeah, typical. Literally. Yeah, it is true. I used to scratch my head. I'd like think, well, why is nothing working right? Well, it's because it's like totally broken. Yeah, I mean, the wheels are gone. It's like, yeah, you can see it's just got... Looks like to try to do the hubs. Yeah, it's amazing. It was working fine earlier. Well, at least we fixed one thing. The other tanker's actually working. Oh, seriously? What are you blocked by? What are you blocked by? Oh, it shouldn't really be. It should. Oh, we try and reverse, don't we? Yeah, it uses normal worker stuff. So see, I think you can still use, and that'll be what he's trying to do as well. Right, so let's carry on with nearest now. And let's go into a time lapse. Yes, because this is going to take a while, really. So I suppose we can scrub the other one. Oh yeah, look. Oh no, it was just offsetting that the lamppost. Yeah, Courseplay is avoiding hitting things, so that's not a bad thing. It should avoid these two things as well, because these were part of the field, as in like the changes. Okay. A bit annoying, so I would have thought Courseplay would have actually managed to do that. Obviously not. Okay, yeah, we're actually trying to be sneaky, let's just... Now that if we do near, it's because it's going to miss my headland bump if I'm not careful. Right, let's go grab the other. I think, yeah, we've fed the animals, we've put the buffalo milk in. The self-sufficiency, we are got a bit of digestate. Are we doing anything with it at the minute? Right, yeah, the slurry in that is what we need to shift now. It is. The only bad thing is I'm using the same tanker, aren't I? Yeah, it's true. The big tanker really is for the milk, which is sort of the wrong way round in a way. Yeah, we ought to be using the big one for like lugging the slurry, and the little one we can't use for the... Yeah, we might buy another one. We might have to. Because it's just not... oh, I've got the Kuwait cow, you Wally. That's a fairly hefty tanker. Yeah, only these aren't using compression technology like ours. No, that's... Right, let's grab this here. So 52 tons. So what we're going to do... I am going to make this a little bit better. I did it before. Then obviously Giants fixed manure for a while, but I thought it was my... my one of these. It's not that it's broken. It really is the fact that it's just that manure's broken again. Giants have broken it again. So this time I'm just gonna like leave. What is the straw for it? Which it would be, I would imagine. Yeah, stick this in. Are we gonna make things with it in the self-sufficiency? I think so. Yeah, we're going to have to like split it, so I think we're going to do 20 tons that we're going to change straight to manure, and we're going to do 20, and we shouldn't do that, and this is why I'm wanting to expand it, you know, as in like make it quite lucrative for us, because you shouldn't need to do this. You shouldn't need to like make a production because the maker of the game has broken it again. You shouldn't have to do that, so let's switch that on while we're moaning. Oh no, we have got it on, haven't we? So self-sufficiency, we want slurry from manure, we want manure from slurry. Yeah, now this, it used to have more, it now is straight. We will buy, I suppose in a way I'm buying the straw in, so yeah, we'll do that. You're sort of gaining, you're doubling up in a way. So if we grab the straw, which we will in a minute, then we're sort of doubling up that 20 tons. Well, 20 tons of straw, and we'll get 40 tons of manure. So it's still fair to say, and we're of course paying for the additional chemicals that aren't really included in this type of thing. So, right, we're going to put the other 20 tons, as we have every day, into the biogas plant. So we're going to grab another 20 tons. And then we want the straw, because the manure's not working, basically. So... yeah, 32 tons. Oh, seriously, this is going to get old fast if you're going to annoy me all of the time with this ridiculous... Not at all. You must have... You know what that was about. Yeah, they're not terrible at shifting out. Now, this has got those, like, lumpy... We'll see if this affects us badly, because this is 20 tons of, like, roly, trailery things, and it might cause us issues. No, we do wrong the right one. Oh, yeah, that's right. I had this once before with this. You have to, like, okay, you just have to be in the right place. That always helps. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. You don't know where... Oh, I like that. It's got, like, a thing that it plunges into the ground. Oh, amazing. Oh, I love it when there's details like that. That is phenomenal. Yeah, it's what I'm missing at the minute. I haven't got the ability to... Oh, okay, still, does it have that thing all the time and I didn't even notice it? Probably. Vivian, what are you doing? Well, just go forwards, you silly driver. Automatic, it's not rocket science. If there's an immovable object behind you, you've just got to go forwards. No. It'll be alright once it's done the outer rounds. What I am intrigued to see is if this has got the capability of, like, figuring this out. Right, so that thing's almost down. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, let's do it all. Let's be thorough, because there's plenty of room for this, and then we'll do the straw. Yeah, it's like being right back at the beginning again. I mean, it's beginning to look better looking, the game, as in like there's not so many glitches. But it's typical. This is FS22 all over again. It's things are right and then they're wrong, and there's some lovely mods coming in there, some cracking mods. Yeah, there's a set of weights that came into that. I'm not sure that they're not. That might be able to have Italians as well. I'm having a go myself at Italian the weight, but it's a bit. Yeah, I think it must be just at the height of the ground. It must be different here, and that looks like it's like going into the ground, but it's not really. We could have used this for. We've got digestate. We were okay. Right, so now we need to do some straw. We will use the biggie. I would have thought straw was fairly light. Really. And then we're going to need this to pick up the grass to put in the self-sufficiency to do our main task. Really? So let's just grab this and grab some straw. We can go, yeah, we may as well do it, because like, it doesn't matter if we go for a full. I'm not sure if this can. I think it probably will struggle, but I think it'll do it, I'm sure. What's going to go into a town? That's one. But I seem to be in a chattery mood, so do you know, yeah, and I'm going to keep that without it being visible, because I think it helps, because I don't think that would be in, but like you can't see that I'm missing a lot. Whereas if it was like pouring outside, which it normally would, you'd like be thinking, oh my life. And I think that's. No, I also ought to check and see the value of our goods. Are they green? No, they're not. Oh wow, we're worth quite a bit though. Wow, phenomenal. They are. They're just obviously in white at the minute. It goes up every 2 or 3 months, so I'm quite happy with this. Let's get grass as well. We need some more water. So we can use the Kaweco for things like watering and stuff like that, and we can use the big one for the milk. I have sort of done it the wrong way around though, it is right, but luckily the Kaweco is saving a bacon. That's smashing. So this should now mean that is now active. Fantastic. Let's grab our super duper baler. I love this. I think this is an amazing. I've got to be careful on top, because I'm going to grab that. Yeah, I'm going to grab the wood chips, and we are not equipped for the dealing of wood chips, so we need to light switch it on now, and it'll grab grass, and then we're okay. At least I think we are. Oh, okay. We seem to be struggling this time. Okay, well that's. We do have a tractor that can drag this out of the mess. We can, or if we could. How are we doing with the tractor? Whereabouts is it's coming around again now? This would be interesting to see if Vivian, if it's still Vivian, is okay. I think we're still going to have to get this out of the way. It's stuck its wheels on the grass. I'm trying to detach, honest governor. I was not trying to detach. I was faffing around, as you frequently do. Ooh, no, I don't think it's any longer. I think it's still only 10 tons, I think, in this. I don't think it's like suddenly. I do like this. This is a windrower stroke baler. I mean, look at the ground we've covered, really. It does the equivalent of about a baler at a time. That's why I'm calling it a baler, because it's about 10 tons that it has in its hopper, which I quite like. And then it'd be interesting to see if Courseplay actually compensates for the fact that this is a meter or not. It will be interesting to see. To see whether I need to. Yeah, it never used to. Of course, we never used to correct it. You used to have to do it manually, but there's no correction now. Well, if there is, I couldn't see it. So let's just see. Is it bigger if there's more of it? It's hard to tell. Well, we should now be able to jump in there and As long as we're travelling on the free ground where there is no grass, we should actually be alright. Oh, why did I switch that off? It's a fantastic bit of kit, it really is. The only bad thing is, of course, you're hopping in and out of the map all the time. But, you know, you can't have everything, can you? Ooh, okay, my apologies. I really wasn't aware. But, I mean, we've already... Look how much field we've covered already. Yeah, this is going to struggle with it. It's just... Yeah, this is in trouble. We're in the little tractor, and I've got to realise that this is not really capable of 50 odd tons at a time. I would imagine like 20 odd tons is about what it should be lugging. So we've got to compensate by using... Oh, it does seem to be about 12 tons if you've got that thing extended rather than 10. So that's not bad. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't realise. It is, after all, a quantum. You'd have thought... I'd have realised. Now that's interesting. It is going its ups and downs now, and it's not missing anything. Used to drive me crazy. Yeah, this particular mower, I could never work it out, so I'm very glad that Courseplay has taken this stress off my shoulders, because I was not very good at that. I believe I've broken my wheels on that. Everything was okay. And then I noticed that my left wheel said wheel left. No, sorry, my left wheel said left wheel, and my wheel in the i3D said wheel left. And I thought, well, why is it still working? So then I corrected it, and it now says the right thing, and it's actually... Oh, seriously, what are you even trying to do that for? No, you are correcting yourself. Let's not give you a hard time. Yeah, so I don't know, it's strange. It was working when it was wrong, and now it's right, it's not working. Just go figure that one out. Makes no sense at all. Okay, so we need also, yeah, we missed a bit somehow. I don't know how we missed that. Should be going over that anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, when you think about what we've sort of covered already on the field, it's really doing a cracking job. I say it's really the equivalent to a sort of bale every time, so we're not like stripping the entire field. No, we are full, and there's a bit missing there. We don't want to be like avoiding this. Alright, so let's... So it probably would have been better with a little trailer. 17.77, nearly 18 tons is probably about right for this, but yeah. At least we've got two tractors, we're not going to use them both. It seems a sensible thing to do for myself. Right, anyway, there is a lot to do, so I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. And this is why I hate this particular view of courseplay, because you cannot see what you're doing. I'm going to have to guess now by the mini-map on the edge of the field. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm going to go straight back into the cut time. It's just, it is annoying. You cannot alter your view at all. And I know it's like, but you're wasting your field. I don't know why it sort of has to lock you in this view, but it's a bit counterproductive. I've always found this, but it might be a special reason. I mean, the Courseplay team are cracking very good at what they do, so yeah, you're not. It just is a bit, again, from someone who's, well, I am technical. I mean, it's my job to be technical. Okay, probably. It does something weird if you like it. I will just do a bit of a bump on the field around the tree. Yeah, I thought it was just the easiest way to actually like do this shape rather than like rip the middle out. We can just like go straight over it really. It's just as effective. Yeah, if you get out and then jump back in, it does something weird and it loses the lines and you sort of got to guess where you got to. As if you stay in, you can like literally sort of see your end and you start and they'll join properly. I mean, it still works, but yeah, that'll do nicely. Stop recording. We do indeed. What I've got CP1, yes. 1, 2. Yeah, that's. Ooh, you're not. No. You should be. If we do field position like that, it should. It's not. You're not looking at it properly, is it? It should say start on. There's a prefer, might be an advanced mode. Let's just generate and see what it does. See, we can. No, it's doing those two separate fields. Yeah, it is. It's annoying. We're gonna have to do it the other way there. Oh well, we'll just have to do this to begin with. This is 101. It's not really the end of the world. So let's do this as create 101. 101. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do. Save course 6.7 meters. Yeah, whether we put a production silo, I was thinking over here, to sort of expedite. Well, it was similar. It's close. Let's set you going. Yeah, to expedite, like, was not having to race backwards and forwards. The Power Productions, I keep saying this, I was not. I got with it a little bit towards the end of FS25, but yeah, I think we'd already filled this, haven't we? No, we hadn't. Yeah, I did, but because I remember at the beginning of FS22, I was still very much an FS19 farmer. I didn't use productions to their full, really didn't. But then I was still charging on the rat. I was like, yeah, I remember on. Yeah, Western Wilds, I was charging around, and after that I started to get it, and I was thinking, you know, like, you would have saved yourself so much effort if you'd have used the Power of Productions rather than like charging around the map, so old school, like taking the, and I'm like, really? And in the end I did get it, and Missy B's, her production silo, she was the one who started all of that off. I can never forget that. And obviously, yeah, I began to, and it took me quite a while still to grasp the true power of things like the production silo. And I thought, well, yeah, Giants have sort of made this almost like an automation, so let's run with it properly and not, you know, like be old school. Let's try and embrace productions and the factories and use them. And obviously, yeah, I've got the production silo in for testing with Giants, because it is one of those things that I was quite pleased. It's not perfect though, and I realise there's a couple of things missing that I think we might actually get with this. Now the trick is with this is if you go forwards, ooh, Yeah, if you sort of go forwards all the way, it's actually not too terrible on its own. I'm thinking of making my own one of these and making the unload rate a bit quicker, and also giving it a bit more. Oh no, you're going the wrong way. No, you need to like just twizzle around. It's just like it's very good, quick, like forwards. So you just have to get it in the right position like that. And really, you could whiz around the field. I've got to be honest, I was also thinking that with this kind of device, if you stuck your silo as close to the centre as possible, because of the reach of this thing, if you twizzled around, there's a bit left, wasn't there, to do. If you twizzled around, you'd actually get a lot of the fields due to how long this is. And that, again, is using your brain. Ooh, I do love that skidding around. It's good fun. It is true, yeah. If we put our silo in the middle, we'd lose a little bit for the actual width of the silo. But we would also gain for the fact that, I mean, I'm not going to do it now, but it's for the future. Yeah, I don't like waste, like the efforts that we've already done. We've put that silo out of the way, and it is in a good position for this. Now, we didn't realise about the other one at the time. Right, yeah, I also realise if we're going to... Right, switch the speedy off, because this is probably the best way. I'm not sure if the long grass is going to defeat this, but we have got a tractor if, like, push comes to shove. So, yeah, these trees are in a way. If we're going to have to get to this side of the map, we're going to either have to build a back end exit. That's the only trouble with something long is you've got to sort of like allow for that. Ooh, it's getting sort of stuck. I'm going to catch the wheat if I'm not careful. Yeah, we're sort of going to either have to make like a bit of a route out. Could we do what I did with another one? Yes, I reckon that is it. Yeah, there was another mapper that did the same and sort of blocked your way. We could, if we're allowed... Oh, hang on, I think it's got back doors, so we might not need to. No, I don't think it has. I don't. This was put here on purpose for you to block your way, but it's floating anyway. Let's just see, can we make ourselves a back exit? Yes, we can. Brilliant. We will put another shed up in its place, but just not in that place. Yeah. Can we get rid of you? Can indeed. Because you look a bit odd now, stuck in the middle of nowhere. Oh, we've got a light hanging on nothing. So we need to sell that too. It's not too bad apart from that. What have we got here? Oh, I was housing a load of... I wonder if it was a workshop as well, and I might have missed that fact. I did think it was a bit odd that there was no workshop. Now, this, to me, looks like paraphernalia from a workshop, and I missed it. Yeah, on the left-hand side, this was one of those sheds where the doors went two ways, and I never thought to... Oh, my life, we're going to have to, like... Yeah, it's got... This is one of those things where you hope the map maker would like go sell a whole lot in one lump, but obviously it's not like that. The other thing is, often after comments, a map maker will think, yeah, it's probably if you were going to do what you were going to do. But I mean, we need a back entrance, so that I just thought this. I did it on another map very similar to this in FS25. It was sort of lit a bit like this, where the entrance was made to stop you having bigger equipment. And it was difficult, almost impossible with that particular map to actually get anything of a certain size to actually do anything. And I thought, oh, I've got to do this. And then I thought, yeah, but I wonder if the buildings can be shifted. Hang on, should we leave those? Yeah, I'm quite happy with those being there. Let's have a look. There's some new sheds, so I think let's have a look at sheds. I mean, the Ermitana ones, which I like anyway. I like these ones, I've used them. I'm not a massive fan of ones that have got... I like things like that where there's no front, or like that one. Again, similar one. This is one of my favourites. And I've actually seen the real life one of this. Oh, okay. Why are you overlapping with an object? I would imagine. Yeah, I like the one you can build from this set, but yeah, I prefer that one actually. But there was some new ones that I put in yesterday, so let's have a look at those. I might one time try and figure out this modular one. It's just a bit too complicated for my little brain. It's not. There's no. It's just. That's a normal easy shed. Might be that one. Old time shed pack. It's got. It has got. That's not bad either. I like that. I do. It would suit us, and it fits almost. Sometimes a certain shed will fit like perfectly, and it is fit for like what you want because it fits perfectly for, you know, like what you're trying to do. So that to me is actually perfect for this particular place where no other is. Now we're gonna stop. Let's stick those just in there so we make ourselves a little tiny bit more room. No, we really need to be looking from behind. Yeah, I'm looking at the island at the middle because I can realise that we're going to block our way. If we don't, I think we'd like build our into that. Let's just go right like that, I think. We've not lost much. Yeah, that's perfect. We also can still get around the little island. That's what I'm thinking. Let's have a look at our handiwork. It should be alright. Good as a... Well, it's a strong, sturdy piece of kit as well. A bit battered and bruised, but it was only 10 grand. It's just my type of shed. It is... I don't mind having a shed that looks a bit worn, that we bought from eBay or wherever. You know, like, I'm quite happy with that. Right, where were we? Where did we leave the... that's the one thing I found about this. If I was going to do this, I would do it so you can jump in it. I'm not sure that the modder that did this actually thought about anybody doing what we're doing with it. But I've got to be honest. This is what I was saying about Peasel. In FS25, when Peasel's little thingy drops, and it was so inexpensive, and I thought, well, it's only small, but you can make it just big enough to go onto most things. And of course, being a grasswork specialist, as I frequently am, and frequently was in FS25, I jumped in with glee, grabbed it. It was on one of DS Power's maps actually, and I was dragging around the field. I was thinking, why am I not picking grass up? And then the penny dropped. And I thought, because you can't use it for grass work. And I thought, well, that's a bit. I thought, well, Peasel, you missed a trick there, mate. Because to be honest, if you'd have done something like that, and if you'd have, it's better this time. But again, still missing all the things like grass and straw and stuff like that, or grass at least. And I thought, you've done it again, Peasel. You've missed an opportunity to be one of the best modders in FS25 because you've limited your mod, and you... Oh, I do like that. Yeah, we might actually do a proper... Yeah, we will. Let's do this properly. It's true, he has, and this person here with a quantum has picked up, but again, they've not... Again, at this moment in time, have not fully grasped how groundbreaking this scenario, how groundbreaking what they've done is. So let's have a look. Some of these aren't very good at like doing that. You know, like they're not very good at like separating and leaving a bit of grass in the middle. That's not too terrible. Just a bit, just like that. And also, I like to do a double. So if you're coming from this way as well, equally, you've got your like. I've always liked to do that. Put this in just there. That's it. That should do nice. It's a double island. A proper way in, and it is about right. But I do like that because now we've got. I mean, to be honest, we come from this side more than the other side, so this is going to suit us down to the ground. Now that I'd imagine our work is not going to be terribly far off finishing. Oh, I don't know. No, still, it's a bigger field than you think. Yeah, you can see actually they've got about one strip left to do, or maybe two. It's actually more than you think. Nice. We might. No, it is still a fair old trek, really. We will rip this field so that it's. No, I don't think we're in the way there. I'm sure we're not. We appear to have come out of the time lapse, and we are chattering. Yeah, it is true. We ought to like crack on a bit. It's going to be a bit of a monster session, but I do like what we're doing in the place. And you've got to sort it out like so that it's ready for like the way that you work. I always think a farm. Well, I always say this about everything. We're living in a time where it's more about functionality. Sorry, more about aesthetics than it is about functionality. Now, I personally think that functionality should come first. Now, I come from a time when boxing was a thing with plumbing, because I'm a plumber. That was my very first job, and I still believe that boxing is probably one of the best ways to deal with it now. Way. Okay, you're gonna clock me, yeah. Right, we're gonna grab you because you're gonna like stop any second. Thank you very much, Marin. Yeah, the one thing I did notice, which gave me quite a laugh, was that the modders not got the sexes of the workers right. It's and I'm only poking a bit of fun now. It's a cracking mod. I love it. I really did miss that. I'm so glad we got it back in FS25. But yeah, I'm doing it again. I'm going in this way, not doing it the new way. And so we need to try this again, and we want to be picking this field this time. Field position. It's actually got it ready. Generate. Fantastic. And this is field. Oh, hey, this one's covering the number. I can't save it, can I? We'll call it 102, and we can always change the number. Probably, yeah, I think it's 100 actually. I'm sure it was 100. So let's save the course. 6.7 meters. We shall see if I'm right, and then we'll change it if I'm not. It is 100. You were right. Right. So first waypoint go. Let's grab that off. Do we stick a production silo that's going to push things all the way over there to save our little legs, but also to make this a bit more better? Is what I always like to do. That I think it's much more sensible than doing it the other way. Let's just have a go. We can sort of do quite a bit. I do like this. It's an amazing thing. Yeah, and again, the modders sort of like not like you don't. Sometimes some of the best things are stumbled across, and like you think, you know, you don't realise, and then like as you sort of see people use things, you think, oh, actually that is a really good idea. And you run with it yourself. I've done the same myself. There's certain methods of work that I've done over the years that I stumbled across, like a certain method of baling and all the rest of it, and I sort of did it one time like that, and I thought, that's a good idea. It was a mistake. How many great inventions have been done through mistakes? You know, like where you didn't quite realise what you know. I think we'll do... I wonder if it'll let us do one... Yeah, I don't want to lose much of the field, but it's worth it if it's going to make us more productive. Wow, we're doing well with the cash, aren't we? So I would say, do we buy that field there and then make use of this like central bit of all three fields? It's not a bad idea. Because you always lose the corners anyway. I've always said that about many sort of things. So how much for field 99? Yeah, we will. We will definitely buy you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in the middle of that area, that to lose that bit of a corner, we're going to stick a production shed down. That's a production silo. And we are going to like stick... I think that's... overlaps another object. It's grass. It's just grass. It's not really going to hurt. But we will put you in B mode just a bit, and then we'll like, is that gonna just see if it, well, it's not actually down yet. It's one of those things that's gonna probably lose a bit of grass. Can't be helped, unfortunately. And then we're gonna like level that to get the grate back. See, we've not lost, we have lost a bit. There's no way you can ever do this without losing anything, but, oh, no, that is right. Yeah, and a little bit there, I think. Oh, no, I've gone now. Now you've gone and We need to get our chevrons back. And then I think we'll soften a little, just to like, so that we can get onto it okay. Be careful of our grass. I don't think that's too terrible. And then a bit of grass around it, just to make it like it was always there. It's a figment of all of our imaginations that this has just sprung up in front of everybody's eyes. It was always here, honest. No, I'm not a... it's just a bit of grass just around the edge, just to make it look a bit of camouflage. Like that, I think, because you're always going to lose a bit anyway. And I think a little tiny bit of plants, just to be a bit... I love the fact, the one thing I'm going to say, and this is it was a huge thing to me in FS22, the expense of grass. For this type of thing, I'm so glad that Giants have been reasonable in FS25, because it was a real bugbear to me personally. Massive one. That's much, much better, much more palatable it is. I mean, a couple of the modders did it on, I think it was Bally Springs. He did it like half price. It was really quite good. Right, so then, let's grab some more. Because we've... Yeah, so you just like whiz around and then go forwards, and then you spin around again. You get probably quite good at doing that. And getting over your like thing in the end. I mean, it's a bit hard because depth perception is the one thing in this game that's a bit not very easy. Right, so let's stick that. I hope I've done grass. I think I have done grass windows. It was important to me, so come in as a yeah, probably if there's anything that I with BGAs and grass work, it's always been like, in fact, no, it wasn't even in FS19. I did start from humble beginnings of being a grass baron, as many people do, because it's a very lucrative business, really. So we need to stick grass. Ooh, okay. Give it a minute. It can sometimes pull itself out, but then other times it doesn't. So we shall see. It has. It has. Stick the BI, the pusher. Well, yeah, our number 2. That's true. We need to rename this, don't we? Visit, tag manage. I always forget how to do this. I think you have to do it like that. Isn't there a select, rename? That's it. I always. So this is our grass silo. We're going to call this. We're going to call it that on purpose. So we can differentiate between the grass silo. We know it can be used for lots of other things, but it's not likely to be. It's likely to be a bit of a specialist. So, right, so now we go to our grass silo. Oh, wait, and the other thing I like about it is in FS22, you had to go out of the game for it to rename it. Now it does it instantly, so that's really helpful. So we want dry grass windrow. No, it's not dry grass, it's just grass. Grass windrow. We want to activate, and we want to... Let's forget the key for this. Distributing, that's it. Fantastic. And now we can just quickly, very expediently, from whatever's in all of these fields. Now, I don't think there's anything we can plant in June. I think we're out of luck, I think. Ooh, this is a bit of a stretch. It's a bit of a stretch for this little tractor. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. For saying it was the lead tractor, it's a bit of a tough start. I personally thought what we'd got, especially, more than anything, was the mowers. It was sort of like, I was like, huh? Well, we've been given a set of mowers that we can't actually use. That we're like tazzing around the field at 2 miles an hour because we're just in... Oh, we've got to be careful about picking the... Yeah, it just, to me, I was like, huh? Because very few map makers have ever seen... Oh, going uphill. That make that kind of mistake. But again, it's probably one of those things that will get picked up, that the map maker, you know, like, yeah, I do like the way that this also doesn't pick things up, you know, like the wood chips, and then ruins all of your grass. I do like that. It's, yeah, massive fan of that kind of cleverness. Right. Yeah, I'm a big fan of like trying to find new ways to work, and this, I think, handled well, this is going to be a really good addition to. Now we know it's a bit of a, not a cheat, it's a bit of a I'm trying to think of the right words. Obviously it's not showing the full process, it's a bit of a, you know, like it's not quite how it would be done, but then that's a bit like you can have fertilizer spreaders that let's just try and get all of this down here first, that actually have got a tow hitch, and in the game you've got to tow the trailer with you to actually make it work. Now it's not really supposed to be like that in a way. It's supposed to depict you having a trailer at the edge of your field that's full of bags of fertilizer that you go and tip into your spreader bit by bit, but the game demands that you do it where it's being towed. So it looks a bit odd, but again, it's that this process, it's not quite like it's sort of showing in. I think we'll do it this time. Yeah, because this is not capable of if we do this 47 and almost 48 tons, it's just going to struggle. I might try and make this a little bit tighter, where this is a bit closer to the body of the pusher. I'm trying to sort of like minimise the amount of floor space without losing much product, but I don't know, I think with the chevrons as well for like doing pallets, I don't think we're too far off, really. I think we're about where we should be. Oh, we can't, no, you can't. So I'll say that's the trick that the modders made, and that's the fact that they've not thought about you using it in this way where you can keep jumping in it. They've made it fast, so they've like almost thought it through completely, but not quite. Alright, so if we fill the hopper in this. Oh, let's clock in the. Right, that's it, we filled. I do love skidding around. I do. I'm actually one of the few people who look forward to driving in the snow. I do still see the danger. I'm not like limiting the danger. I know you've got to be careful, but I do really enjoy skid sort of training. It's we should, if we are careful, sort of. Yeah, it's again that, and that's what I'm saying. This is actually quite an advantage, having a length like this, especially in smaller fields, and not necessarily a massive advantage in a really big field, but in small thin fields or central small fields like this, it actually is quite an asset. Yeah, I might design one of these that's got a thicker, you know, like sides, deliberately, so that it's got quite a large hopper, probably about 3 times the amount of this one. And then it will be almost unbeatable, really. Because it is doable. If you think the belt had depth, this has not really got much depth. So I'm thinking of putting sidewalls on something similar and making it... so what? I don't think we can do anything until the end of the year. We'll plant some more wheat, I think. And we're not going to stick to just wheat either, but... fantastic. I think we're getting ahead of the mower. I think we're actually, because he's got an awful lot to do in the middle still, or she, they. I know it's. I found this, that, him, her, this, that malarkey a bit crazy, really. Yeah, you know, like trying to compensate for the fact you don't know the sex and trying not to insult the ladies and not to insult men, and it just. This time, yeah, it's always ups and downs, or she's on her ups and downs. It is a yuck. Let's grab that this time. I think it's better to grab this. Oh, only we didn't do what we got. My bad. Yeah, it's what I mean is you're not really trying to be. It's a bit like I've got friends who are. No, I was brought up to say coloured, but it's not the right thing to say anymore. Even though black people aren't black, they are brown. We would say it so it's not offensive, because the last thing I would ever intend to do Now, I've got a co-worker and a friend that is black, but it's almost getting to the point where you daren't say black for any reason, because like people take offence and you think we're getting too sensitive. I don't mean it nasty, but I would never wish to offend anybody, especially not a friend, and not anybody because of the colour of their skin. But it is getting silly when you daren't say a colour, and I've seen other white people the same, where they're like, daren't say the word black, and you like think, well, it is a colour. It will always be a colour. And if people's sensitivity about you saying the colour black is so bad, you like thinking, well, racism has gone to a point where it's gone silly, really, because it shouldn't. Well, this is a steep hill, I am right. It's a bit of a steep field. Now, this would never have coped with this. Never. I mean, it couldn't cope with the flat, so it certainly wouldn't cope with this. Right, okay. Let's think as well, yeah, with this being a hilly field, I think we'll do one, or no, we might actually call it quits here. Ooh, you know, like crash into me. It's alright, we have the technology, we can actually whiz forwards now. Yeah, we're out your way. Honest, Governor. Ooh, my life is chasing me. Okay, we're getting out your road. Yeah, this is. I mean, we bought this field mainly for. I can't believe we bought a field just so as we could have a path from the shop. But it is important, and to be honest, on something like this, I always find. Right, yeah, I think we'll just whiz around while we're this close. We'll. Stick this in there. Did we switch on the main? Oh, I do love it when you do things like that. It's that was a bit of a lucky spin, though. It was a bit, actually. Yeah, it was not by design that time. Right, because this is going to be a bit of a struggle for it. It's a heavy trailer as well, so it's not. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I knew it. I knew it would struggle. Especially now that Giants have nerfed the horsepower of tractors a lot. And I do like the fact that obviously it really would be tricky that it would slow a tractor down to go over these type of windrows. Now I think the ground deformation and all that they've done has sort of brought that to the head. That if you've not got enough horses under your bonnet, really you're going to struggle with things like that. And it is true. So again, it does mean that as a virtual farmer, we've got to get better at like what I've just sort of said. You know, like, yeah, you've got to realise that you just can't take it for granted. You know, like how heavy things are and all that type of stuff, which I do like. I'm a massive fan of that kind of. It didn't work too. No, yeah, we want to make sure we get grass. We don't want to get those wood chips first, or we're in trouble. Well, we're not really. We can stick it straight in the production silo. So, my pusher. Yeah, so this and, in fact, both of the two that we've actually got are in for mod testing. Yeah, the production silo and self-sufficiency, both in for testing. Now, they're not perfected, but to be honest, it was more about getting them into the mod hub, as in like for testing, because Giants are so slow with the testing. That really you just want to stick it in for testing, because by the time that Giants have got around and they like said, oh, that's wrong anyway, you know, you may as well, right, we just set you to go into our yard. I'm not sure if you'll, yeah, I did think that. Let's just go to the path then. I'm sure you can manage that, surely you can. Let's grab the grass. I mean, we nearly caught up with him. We did a valiant effort. A couple more loads, and we'll have caught up really with the mower, and I like that. We'll also see how well we did. It's because I would say that's the trouble is I've enjoyed this. I mean, I enjoy grasswork anyway, and it's just it's like anything when you first do any kind of skill. It's really good fun because it's something you've not done before. Wow, that was really effective. Now, with it being in the middle, if you sort of spin around like that and then just reverse a little, it's up a hill, so I mean, it's not at its best, but really, it's quite effective. Right, so that's pushing the grass. So let's have a look. We want to look in the grass silo first. How much grass have you got in here? Can't see any for looking. Oh, there we go. 115,000 litres in that one. Self-sufficiency, how much grass? Oh, 153. So have we got that on? The silage and digestate one. Yeah, no, it is activated and it is distributing, which means it's going straight to the PGA. Have we got enough water? Plenty. Plenty to cover us this time. So that's the one in the yard. That's the grass silo we've just done. That is going to go to the self-sufficiency. Brilliant. Yeah, I think we've actually figured it all out, really. So let's yeah, we need to go over to, let's go and stick this straight away. Because it's, yeah, I mean, once we get to the road over these furrows, we should be, oh, we're alright, okay, so we're stuck. We are. You win some, you lose some. We didn't do a bad job, really. We did all of that. Ooh, I'd forgotten, we've still got 10 tons in here as well. So we're making maximum use of productions on this farm. And obviously the other thing is it's in an island of more than the 3 fields that we've got here. There's more fields over there too that we could actually pull in. And all of these are in a central hub. I always like to think of it as the wheel, the centre of a wheel. And it works. Right, let's just drop you for a minute. We'll grab you onto the road and then we can actually make proper use of you. You're quite fast engine. I love the way the modders... Seriously, ooh, that's even a struggle for that. Wow. And that's what I'm saying. I don't mean it nasty, but I think that's a bit too much realism. I don't think it's quite realistic. I think I mean, I don't mean the forest won't slow you down, but not to that extent, surely. Where I'm like almost not able to like pull something like that belt system. No, surely not. I might be wrong. I mean, a proper farmer would be able to tell me that, well, actually, no, giants have got it right, or no, you were right and they're wrong, or, you know, it's... What I'm saying is we're gauging something that I haven't really got a true... Yeah, I don't really know whether I'm right or I'm wrong. Now, it's the front road was a bad effort. No, not too terrible. Not too terrible, and I do like the shed as well. Maybe those metally pipey things now look a bit odd. We might actually just keep the other things at the back, I think, because they do look a bit odd now that I've done what I've done. I bet you have to sell them individually. Yeah, I thought so. Ah. Oh, no, we didn't. Fantastic. Now that is what I like to see. Something like that where it's cleverly done and you don't need to, like, click on every last little item. It just looked a bit silly now since I've made the changes. So, right, let's grab you. Yeah, and then... Oh, I've forgotten. Let's grab you. Oh, I can't jump to it. No, I keep forgetting. So it's a good job we did jump into that. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm quite sure that this modder, when they realise how good a thing this is going to give you the ability to jump into this. Because it's just, you know, like if you're going to use this and you're swizzling around. What I mean is... The modders made it so it's got its own engine. So in other words, it's a mobile object. It's, you know, like, so therefore, if you're going to use it like we and like many of us will, you really do need to be able to jump into it. Seriously, you do. So in fact, we're probably better to leave this now in the yard because it's now split between the 2 different places. It doesn't matter if it's hanging over it's a bit of shade for the cows, that's all I'm thinking. And I think, I would say that that's probably not a bad site. Should we go through till July just to see a bit of action though? Because obviously we should get quite a bit of cash cash for like selling the silage that we're going to sell, and I think we'll round it off. We'll just go through till tomorrow, and we may as well stick this in the middle, right in this new shed. Yeah, the only thing, I wish the tractors would reverse a little bit faster. I do, they're a little bit pain, really, how slow they go. I'm sure it should be a bit faster in reverse. I'm sure there's no way a tractor really does 7 an hour in reverse. I'm sure it can go very much faster than that. It just drives me. Oh, yeah. I think we need to fill that in. It's yeah. We can't have the sheds. You're going down into the ground, can you? It's just crazy. So, yeah, and it levels it as well, because it's sort of like a special thing. But we've got loads of. It's a patchwork quilt now. We've got so many different colours going on. It's unbelievable. But it is true, you can't have that going on in a shed. You're going to be going down into a divot inside your shed. It's never going to be a good idea. I will leave a few. I am not trying to like be a party pooper. We'll leave those few bits over there, I think. We can cope with that. Right, so we put the slurry in. We make it now. That's a point when our manure's made, because it is a production. Can you tell the self-sufficiency to? Yeah, you can. You can. It's you're making manure from slurry, so you can tell it. Did we stick the straw in? Did we ever do the straw? Yeah, we did. Did we do enough? Digestate 46. Yeah, no, it's about. No, it's not the digestate we need to look at. Is it? Is the slurry? Slurry 15 tons. Oh wow, I think it's already done it. So we should have some manure already. 9 tons already. So yeah, it's working. So that's storing. We want to tell that to distribute, because that can go direct to the BGA. So you've got to use your brain. That's what I'm saying. It's power of productions. Our workers in the background are really secretly grabbing that from there and putting it to there. That is what it's actually trying to depict. So we did our animals, I believe. We're on the wrong page, as always. Always trust me to do that wrongly. So there's plenty of straw in. A little bit. Oh, I've got a bit of buffalo milk. The food's good. The meadow's obviously tiny. Let's go through till tomorrow. And it is indeed 8 o'clock. And then we're going to leave it at that point. We'll check the sales. My favourite point of the day. See if we can grab it. It is amazing. I keep saying this on the short runs, how it's like everything magically drops into place and you get like loads of stuff. That when I'm on the big Let's Plays and I'm wanting something specific, nothing ever drops. Right, so that's a cedar. We've got a cedar that's like, yeah, we could do a bit of buying and selling though. We could. It's very true. I think we shall. We don't want any options though. We do indeed want you, yes. Fantastic. We'll buy the crampy. We have not got anything to do that. We will buy that when we've sold the. I don't know. I've got some gamey bearings. Let's grab you. Beautiful thing that you are, but again, this is another one with a small hold. Now, I didn't mind, obviously, when Caesarius did his special one, it was I just classed it as a start and harvest. It was a bit of a special start and harvest. So what I mean is, horsepower-wise, it was a beast in FS25. So, but again, I always classed it as a start and harvest. I think it could go up to 12 tons, actually. I don't think it was 10, but whereas this one really is. And again, this is another one, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is the one I was thinking that would make a few quid off this one. Euros, actually. But yeah, we don't want anything, no. And we do want to purchase you, yes. 53, we should make about 5 grand. Not bad for a little bit of work. Oh, I did start your engine, I thought I hadn't. I'm glad some of the modders are running with this new system the Giants have done. I mean, we've still got the old system as well. Rawley Christie's done his. I'm going to try it now that I was not a massive fan of Rawley's in FS22. It was very heavy, and I did prove that on a couple of the Polish maps because I thought I was imagining it to begin with. So I thought, well, let's do this scientifically. Let's grab a really big tractor and see if it actually affects it, like as you're saying, and it didn't. And then I went for a small tractor and it really did affect it, as I said it would. And so therefore I did prove the fact that actually Rawley Christie had, it didn't say it had got a horsepower requirement. Yeah, we did that. Actually, we made more than I thought. It's about 9 grand, I think. I think it was. Yeah, so I'm going to give him another shot. I'm going to have a go, and we're going to like see if it's the horsepower requirements are lower or if it's still as heavy as it was in FS22, and you're better to spend a bit more cash on the original runner that what's it called? So I'm thinking a Roadrunner. It's a tyre company that I work with, you know, like use Roadrunners. Right. It will be in trailers, I would have thought. It might be in changing systems. It's similar. It is. This one obviously is the newer system, the same as the Annaberger one. And it's just only a little bit cheaper, but they've not got so. Yes, I would imagine then it's in trailers. We now have. Yeah, here we go. I love this. This is amazing, and it is 30,000 litres, and we have. Yeah, this again is very reasonable. But it was ever so heavy in FS22, and we. I've not put the IT runner pack in. I thought I had. Yeah, obviously there's the IT runner pack as well, which is the original, but it's 55,000. Now, Rawley Christie's is a lot cheaper, but in the end, even though it was cheaper, I never bought it because sometimes I'd sooner pay more and things work properly, and it didn't. It was just too heavy. So I'm hoping that Rawley Christie's got the design right, and then I will definitely use it. I just got spiked in the head. Right, so there, I think that's where we're going to leave it. Up to 215,000. So we did. Bearing in mind we bought the field, we're back up to where we were, and we have gained another field. So we're doing well. I mean, well, yeah, we've just done a bit of ducking and diving and selling, haven't we? So of course we're doing well. It's true, but look at what we own now. That's what I'm saying. We, in a few sessions, we got to buy 94 actually. Let's visit it. What have you got in? Nothing. Walter owns it. I think we should buy it. We've got. I suppose we've got good access now, but it is true. It would be the perfect field for you to. Yeah, I mean, this clump here is really, I think, what you'd be aiming for, isn't it? So it would actually, when as it's empty, I think it's not a bad idea to buy it. Right, smashing. So we're still at 161,260. We do need tractors more than anything, but we're doing well. We've got obviously this, and I'm looking forward to using this. We can use some of our digestate, I think, although we are going to start to, make the self-sufficiency a bit more useful. The mineral feed, which is of course why we've done the wheat. We will feed our animals, which I'm quite sure. Oh no, they're not really going down terribly. How much have we got? Yeah, we're full with. Well, we're not full because obviously we would have been because we were going for the 8C, but obviously it didn't do buffalo milk. So 1 month old, fantastic. I do love it. Right, milk is up to 950 litres. So it's about 1,000 litres a day. One thing we ought to be looking at is to see. Oh, the buffalo milk bottled is. It's going up. It's not green, it's still white, but yeah, it is. And the buffalo milk is yellow, so it's definitely better than it was. So in a day or two, it should be green, and then we can actually sell it. So that's amazing. Let's just see how our productions are doing as well. Self-sufficiency, how much grass or 150? Oh, hang on a minute, have I not? No, it will be that it's pushed the other from the grass silo. It'll have done that thing, manure. Why have you got manure in you? We're not calling for manure. That's a bit odd. The grass has all gone. Well, all but 202 litres, but we've got manure in there. which doesn't make much sense, and silage. Why would you stick that in that when we're not even... Now, this is not down to me, because I have got this. So we want to do distributing, because that, for some reason, is sending up there. We only want... I suppose it's an overflow. That's distributing. We want it to be distributing. And... what else do we... what if it's... does it done wrong? So the silage... we want to be like telling to go, activate and distribute. Fantastic. So everything now is going to lead back to the mini biogas plant, being as I have no idea why it's doing that though. That's a bit odd. Yeah, it's got no silage in it, so it thought it was a good idea to push the silage to the other silo. That's a bit odd. Have we actually told this? We did, yeah. We definitely... is definitely not distributed. It's just gone to the wrong place for some reason. This is calling for it, isn't it? Selling, slurry, selling. Used to sell. Yeah, it's everything's on sell. It really is. So, apart from digestate, which we don't want to sell. So that is where I'm going to leave it. So we're down to 161,266 euros, but we are buying fields quite prolifically. Our equipment is sort of, yeah, I mean, we're doing a bit of ducking and diving, a bit of selling and buying, but yeah, we're managing with the 2 tractors we've got, really. They're a good team. We do need more, but until we get a good drop and the right kind of tractor for us, we are happy to stay as a team of 2. Right, and on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.